Hi, I'm Lynn Zettler. I'm an executive and professional coach, and I like to introduce myself as a specialist in eliminating your big butt. Now, that usually draws a little nervous laughter and a little discomfort, especially from women, because they can't believe I just said that, and they're a little worried that I'm going to talk about diet and exercise and make them feel bad, which I promise you is not my intention whatsoever. In fact, I'll never talk about their diet or exercise unless they want to. And also, I specifically stay away from any discussion on dessert or chocolate above all things. But what I do like to talk about with women and with other executives is what is their big butt and what exactly do I mean by your big butt? And how in the world do you ever eliminate it? Well, of course, the butt I'm talking about is the B-U-T butt, not the derriere. And what I'm talking about are the things that are getting in your way, the challenges that you have that you just haven't been able to get over. And for whatever reason, they keep standing in your way. A lot of our big butts are based on belief systems that we have that we've accumulated over our lifespan. Each of us has a little bag that we carry that has our experiences in it, and each of us has a unique bag with different experiences. So if, for example, you take three people who experience snakes in different ways. One person loves snakes, grew up with snakes as their pets, absolutely loves them. Another person absolutely hates them and will run screaming as soon as someone even mentions the word snake. And a third person doesn't really have any experience at all. In fact, they've never seen one, never really had any experience. Maybe they've never even heard of it. Let's just say that. How will they react? So you have three people who may react totally differently to the same situation. A snake comes into the room. The person who loves the snake is on the ground, interacting with it, loving on it. The person who's scared to death has already left the room. They'll create an exit just to get out as quickly as possible. And the third person who's not quite sure because they don't have any experience is very confused because they're seeing one person who's totally in love with the snake and another person who's absolutely petrified. So based on your experience, you react differently. The snake is still the snake. The situation's still the same situation. The snake didn't react differently to the people. It didn't treat any of them any different. It just was. It just was existing as a snake. Our reactions are what are different. And we tend to think that if something is true once, that it's true forever. So if I had an experience where a snake hurt me or scared me, I'm going to think that that's always true. And if I had experiences where a snake was always loving and a great pet, then that's always going to be true for me. So I love to work with people to determine exactly what their big butt is. What is that belief system that you have, and is it really true? A lot of times it's not. Just because you weren't able to raise that much money years ago doesn't mean you can't raise that much money today. Just because you had a failure, if you want to call it a failure, I like to call those learning opportunities instead. But just because you experienced that once doesn't mean that it's always going to be true. You may approach it differently and you may have a different result. But many times, in fact, a lot of times, we just totally disregard the act of moving forward based on what we believe from our past. So I work with executives and professionals in a lot of different areas, but in one area we do discuss what their barriers are, maybe what their big butts are. And we pick them up, we look at them from all different angles, we really examine them, and we determine if they're really that big. And I give them the belief, the new belief, and the support that they need to accept and understand that they can really move or perhaps even eliminate their big butt anytime that they want. So this is Lynn Zettler, and this was my definition of your big butt. And remember to spend some quality time on you today. I'm signing off until next time, and thanks for listening.